Dear friends, I will share with you two parts of the same journey that have had an enormous impact not only on my story and the story of my family, but that will likely be relevant to you and your family as well. As part of the conversation, I want to introduce the idea of building a legacy, inspiring the next generation of wellness industry champions as we move forward. As leaders, it is important that we look at our footprints, the foundations that we lay down today, and the vision we have for the future. We need to recognize that we each have a time and a place, and we need to use that time well. Let's start with the first part: multi-generational wellness and sustainability. It is often the small things in life that create the biggest impact. A detail, a chance encounter, a split decision, a word, a moment, a child. With the many challenges facing us in terms of planetary health, we know that the odds are stacked against us. Today I want to highlight a small, accessible but impactful solution to the multitude of challenges facing us and provide an insight into the role we play in providing a better world for future generations. As we're all aware, our planet is in crisis. We have passed the point of a whole set of troubles. We're standing here right now in the middle of trouble. World Health Organization data shows that almost all of the global population, 99%, breathe air that exceeds WHO guideline limits and contains high levels of pollutants. Obesity and the life-threatening illnesses it creates are at record levels in countries all over the world. The World Obesity Atlas 2023 suggests that over 4 billion people may be affected by obesity by 2035, compared with 2.6 billion in 2020. Fresh water has become a battleground, and water scarcity is an increasing risk. When water supply fails, so do hygiene and waste management systems, leading not only to dehydration, but resurgent diseases like cholera. Added to that are the changes to the ocean, from temperature, acidification, and insidious microplastics, threatening marine life and biodiversity. Humans, through direct and indirect consumption, even in pregnancy, experience the consequences. Modern medicine maintains the importance of proper nutrition. Yet on average, US medical schools only offer 20 hours of nutrition training across 4 years of medical education, with a focus on the treatment of disease rather than health. To add to our list of woes, there's a lack of availability of fresh food within reach of a local food chain, with unbearable pressure on land for housing and farming, particularly cattle feedstock and biofuel, fracturing the land resource food supply continuum. Of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, only 15% are currently on track. Grand schemes and proclamations, large-scale attempts that never fully meet their targets. When it comes to making our planet habitable and keeping ourselves well, clearly what we are doing is not working. And they say the sign of insanity is repeating an action again and again and expecting a different outcome. It is time to address the insanity of our habits and find a way that works. Solving these seemingly insurmountable issues seems to be beyond the ability or will of many major players. However, the simple fact is, there is an answer that lies closer to home. What if I told you that in our experience and multiple levels of research, the key to personal, societal, and planetary wellness lies in multigenerational wellness education? At Chiva-Som, it's what we call family wellness. A small human-to-human approach to fixing what we need to fix. A positive way forward to a better future that starts literally in the home. Family units that treat good nutrition as just nutrition. Recycling the rubbish with the kids. The sensible use of screen time. Making a post-dinner family walk a regular activity. Building sustainability and wellness into the family's core values that sink in and get passed on. Parents and teachers spending time explaining and showing the importance of good waste management to young people. Adults that guide and model physical, mental, and emotional health. A reconvening of the idea of family values that add value to our community and our planet. If you think this sounds like fairy tales, here are some facts. In the coastal town of Hua Hin, Thailand, where Chiva-Som is located, there is a school known locally as the Zero Waste School. The head teacher of the Zero Waste School is Ms. Kanok Wan, and she is as passionate about sustainable practices as anyone here. As it says in the name, the school is zero waste, and practical schemes such as the trash exchange program, where students receive coupons to buy pencils and books in exchange for the rubbish collected, are extremely popular with the students. The zero waste school children make their own compost, grow their own vegetables, and collect aluminum cans, ring pull tabs, and use aluminum foil, which is made into prosthetic limbs. The children of this school are growing into adults who will know what to do when it comes to their own and their local environment's wellness. They are the future of their community, but they are not alone. Around the world, young people are being guided into a happier, healthier future. They are being given the torch, as they say, and being shown how to light the way. They are becoming part of a narrative of a multi-generational wellness legacy. You may think that children these days prefer to spend most of their time online. In fact, we know that not to be true. Given the choice, like all of us, children seek meaningful human connection. At Zula Wellness Resort by Chiva-Som in Qatar, we integrate physical, mental, and emotional health practices to ensure that all aspects of well-being are addressed, fostering strong family connections. For example, we encourage the entire family to embark on a digital detox, where screen time is discouraged. This creates opportunities for different generations to interact and learn from each other, which strengthens family bonds and enhances mutual respect. We hold family fitness sessions, cooking classes, and cultural storytelling, all of which can bridge generational gaps. We encourage parents and children of all ages to stay informed and be proactive about their well-being, with each family member receiving personalized care, strengthening their bonds and enhancing their overall wellness. Our numbers show that young parents who embrace the concept of family wellness and choose to spend time with their children in activities such as family-friendly circuit training, storytelling, and stargazing, enforce deep bonds of communication away from online distractions. Parents report back that children ask again and again to return so that they can spend more time together as a family. These positive shared memories are the key building blocks of a healthy, happy adult, something we all want our children to become. As part of our family focus, we educate young and old about sustainable living practices, which promotes healthier planet for future generations. This can involve teaching children about the importance of conservation, reducing waste, and adopting eco-friendly habits. Investing time and effort into multigenerational wellness also has an impact on a family's financial bottom line. Studies show that when provided with wellness and sustainability guidance, children then influence parental purchasing decisions. Wellness enlightened youngsters know how to read nutritional labels and can identify brands that appear more in line with their environmental outlook. Sales records confirm that parents of these forward-thinking youngsters make real-life spending choices based on the influence of these small but noisy consumers. Why is this idea something we should focus on? For most of us in the wellness industry, the wisdom has been that we work with the individuals who come to us seeking help. Now, we have done that and continue to do so. However, stopping non-communicable diseases via wellness resorts works for just a few and doesn't have enough impact. Instead of wellness resorts tackling NCDs on a limited scale, schools should help scale up by making wellness and sustainability compulsory subjects. Teaching a generation how to be well is an investment in multigenerational wellness and sustainability. Like the person who plants the seed of a tree they will know sit under. Integrating wellness education, sustainability and well-being in the home and educational curricula can have a long-term impact that speaks to the sincerity of our purpose. It is not as an alternative to what we already do, but should also be built into our business model as a true commitment to the future. We know that a strong family unit is a key pillar of every society. It helps us develop into who we are today. Those early years we spent with our parents and siblings lay the foundation of our gut-level instincts and outlook on life that don't change, barring extreme traumas and crises. Hence, it is crucial that wellness knowledge and understanding be built into the child's mind during their formative periods and is aimed to last a lifetime. Family-wide support to address a diagnosis of, for example, hypertension should not be a call to medication, but a call to the remodeling of lifestyles and a beacon for others in the family. Change is difficult when attempted alone, but with support, it is more easily accomplished. But it's not just how one eats or how much exercise, it's also social and mental pillars that create stronger kids. Well-balanced children grow into well-balanced adults. Empowered children grow into empowered adults. And it is not, as I mentioned, only up to families. A collaboration between the wellness industry, schools, and parents is required to reinforce healthy values. As wellness experts, we must build multi-generational wellness into our lexicon, into our policies, and into our business plans. It is our responsibility as experienced professionals to assist and guide in areas such as addressing nutrition, physical activity, relaxation, stress, and mental health. We need to assist local governments to make policies and financial commitments to school grounds and resources that support these values. There must be the recognition that teachers are esteemed professionals, guiding the development of future generations. They must be given the training and resources they need to help reinforce the vital lessons of preventive medicine and sustainability practices. There must be the recognition of parenting and the reassessment of work ethics, asset accumulation, and pursuit of the dollar as the measure of success. ESG is now the latest norm. Let's embrace and weave it into our sustainability mindset. For adults, lifestyle change needs to be supported throughout the family as part of active rehabilitation. In truth, people of our planet are aging faster than we are replicating. And the United Nations World Population Prospects 2019 predict that by 2050 there will be 2 billion people on Earth over the age of 60. Yes, we're living longer, but are we living well? Is our planet healthy? Are we? It may seem small, the focus on children, overcoming the global challenges by helping parents build family cohesion in their drive to achieve family wellness, helping them teach their children how to heal our planet as well as themselves. This is the first part, a story of multi-generational wellness and sustainability. And now I want to turn to the second part, a more personal element of this story. As a father myself, I remember the moment when the importance of legacy struck me. I am the inheritor of the legacy of wellness. My son is the third generation Rojanastien to work in the field. The story of familial enterprise is not new. In days long past, in every community around the world, children learn the trades of their parents. In the West, family names often came from those inherited trades. For example, anyone with the family name Potter or Cook can surely trace back their lineage to the original kilns or kitchen. The idea that there are inherent difficulties when a family business passes down through generations does not bear out any more than it would be for any other business. Choosing a successor in any situation requires long-term planning and early identification. Passing the mantle forward means selecting someone who understands the core values of the brand and gains credibility by walking the talk and leading by example. Strong leadership inspires others and drives the organization forward. For the organization to continue to grow while staying true to its core values, whoever is at the helm must possess distinct business acumen, must understand the drivers of the business, and be able to leverage them for the greatest benefits of all stakeholders. Constant innovation and sustainable growth are the keys to future success. We're not talking about leapfrogging growth, but growth with focus on quality rather than scale. Growth with mindfulness of the surrounding community, quality of life, and wellness of the ecosystem. Chiva-Som was founded in 1995 by my father, Kun Bunchu. His decision to offer the Chiva-Som brand of wellness was rooted in the belief that integrating Western diagnostic skills with Eastern traditional know-how, coupled with the gentle Thai delivery, was a unique proposition. Kun Bunchu's era was that of creation and breaking new ground in an untested marketplace. At the time that this was happening, my own career in banking was in full swing. I was acquiring a reputation in re-engineering the retail banking system and risk management. Unbeknownst to me, my father was keeping an eye on me. What happened next was entirely coincidental. Aware that the sedentary big city lifestyle was taking its toll, I went on a strict dietary program and took to marathon running. I was radically changing my lifestyle. In early 2002, my father approached me with the idea of taking over the Chiva-Som chairmanship. When I came on board, it was with one foot firmly on the legacy of my father and the other fixed on the future of Chiva-Som. My era, one might say, has been one of constant innovation to stay relevant in a rapidly changing world, as well as growth exploration. As such, there is now a second Chiva-Som property in Qatar. Our management or operational teams today look quite different from those of my father's era. They are trained and equipped to deal with the modern day challenges, such as the evolving market trends, the aging population, and climate crisis. Which brings us to the issue of brand. In my era, Chiva-Som is being shaped as a living brand. As the term indicates, the Chiva-Som brand has a life of its own, regardless of who is at the helm. Anyone taking the helm needs to embrace its distinct core values and ethos. As such, Chiva-Som is by no means just me or any member of my family, but any of our gardeners, waiters, therapists, or any of the staff of the home office. By the way, we call our headquarters home office because it's a small, compact team that see the office as just another home. In short, my job as a second generation is to keep the brand and its products relevant and to grow the business organically. But as the various scenarios played out over time, I never forgot that I was father to a son. Just like me, my son did not start his career in wellness. As he graduated from New York in architecture, that was his passion, and he had no immediate interest in working with me until, to my surprise, one day he did. A few years after working in a design company, building residences in Bangkok, he approached me with an interest in Chiva-Som. Once sure that this was a firm and not just passing interest, we decided on a pathway that reflected the growth model of the company, step by step and organic. He came on board as a housekeeper. He worked beside, not above, the people at the core of our operation. He learned from the ground up and acquired an understanding of what it took to motivate and drive a team forward. Now, 6 years later, as operations manager, with still a long way to go to the top, he does embody what the future Chiva-Som operations might look like. Just as families must manage their growth by thinking well beyond the immediate, so our planet's future and our children's future all depend on the legacy we leave behind. The seeds we plant today will provide shelter for the generations we may never see. But that, my friends, is what we must do. I hope you will join me. Thank you.